Hi! So we're going to start today with a yoga warm-up for about 15 minutes, just to review some yoga, and then we'll get into a more active series with some timing. But let's start with the yoga. So let's bring it to the mat and come to the top of the mat. And you can wear shoes or no shoes. I'm going to go on and wear shoes for this, but whatever one you want, and then you can put on shoes for the next exercise. But take an inhale, arms coming up, and an exhale, diving down. And place your hands down. Then take your hands to your shins. Inhale halfway, and exhale all the way down. Go on, just let your head hang for a moment. Bend your knees, and then straighten your legs. Bend and straight, bend and straight. Let's do two more. Bend and straight. Last one. Bend and straight. And then place your hands on the ground. You're going to walk yourself back, knee right and left into a tabletop position. Let's do some cat-cows. Big exhale, drop the head, tailbone. Inhale, open it up. Exhaling. And inhaling. And then come back to the center. Just going to move around. So you can move around, head, exhaling, inhaling. If you want to come back a little bit. You're just making circles. If it's uncomfortable to make circles with the head, don't worry. You can just make circles with the body. Or maybe you just want to do the head. Make sure you're breathing. Trying to get to the back of the throat breath. We're going to come into tucking the toes right here. So you're going to tuck your toes. You just lift the knees slightly off the ground and try to take your chest to your thighs. So you're just lifting the knees slightly off the ground and try to take your chest to your thighs. Push into your hands without moving forward. Go to straightening the legs. So the chest is staying as much as it can on the thighs. Try not to move forward and come to straightening the legs. The heels may or may not touch the ground. That's okay. Take a deep breath in and a big exhale. Bend through your right leg, stretch your left heel. Switch and stretch the other way. Switch and stretch. Switch and stretch. And then both heels come to the ground. Big inhale. Then big exhale. From here, you'll roll your spine from the very top all the way into a plank. If you need to move a little bit, that's fine. So that you're in this plank position, your shoulders are over your wrist. Make sure you're not locking out in your hands or hyperextending in your arms. And then take it back into the downward dog by bending the knees, chest to thighs, and then straightening out through the legs. Big inhale. And then again, you're going to roll forward into your plank. And then remember this, the knees go down, bend the elbows back, so they're going straight back. Your elbow creases will go straight forward, and the elbows will go straight back. You want to try and touch the ribs with your elbows as you come all the way down. Place your hands out to the side of you, push your fingertips into the ground, and just lift your chest up a tiny bit, inhaling, and then exhaling right back down. Take your hands on either side of you, and then pull the navel in and shoot right back up into this tabletop position. Tuck your toes and lift right back up into the downward dog. Lift the right leg up, straight back behind you, just one leg. You can point through the toe. And then pull the knee in towards the chest. Engage your core, pull the knee in. You're going to set the foot down where the right hand is. If you need to drop your knee to set the foot down, that's fine. Then tuck the toe, keep it straight behind you in this lunge, and reach your arms over your head as you come all the way up. Try to get both your hips facing forward, and it's a straight line behind you. You're on your ball of your foot. Bend your knees, you drop your tailbone. You're in a straight line here. Big inhale. You're going to straighten the front leg, squeeze your glutes, back leg stay straight, and then bend. And just sink right back down. Watch your knee, make sure it doesn't go over the ankle. So your tailbone's dropping down, your head's going up. Tailbone down, head up. One more time, drop and up. And then bend your knees, place the hands down on the ground. If you need to bring the knee down, that's fine. You're going to come back into this downward dog, tuck your toes and lift up and back, big exhale. Roll into the plank. Again, take the knees down, bend the elbows right back by the side. Untuck your toes, fingertips out, inhale up. Just lift the chest and look out. Exhale right back. Take your hands on either side of you, engage your core, and tuck your toes into this downward dog. Take the left leg, lift it up nice and high, right back behind you. Deep breath. And then pull the knee in towards the nose. If you need to set the knee down, that's fine. You're going to set your foot down where your left hand is. From here, you tuck the toe, you come to a straight leg, and then your arms come up, and you're in this lunge position again. Try to get both your hip bones to face forward, and what we're doing is we're dropping a little bit, straightening out your back leg, and then you straighten up the front leg. As you go back down, make sure that the knee doesn't go over the ankle. Squeeze your butt when you come up and back down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Last time, inhale up and exhale down. Place the hands on the ground. You can bring the knee down, come back to your knees, and one more time, tuck your toes. Big exhale. Lift up and back and come to this downward dog. Start to walk your feet and your hands together. So you're coming to the center of the mat and just dropping your head right here. Big inhale, rolling all the way up. Arms come up over the head. And we're opening it up into the center to face me, hands right here in your heart center. We're going to open up your legs nice and wide. So they're wider than your shoulders, wider than your hips. Your toes are pointing towards towards me or this way out, parallel. Clasp your hands behind your back, reach down and lift your chest. Try to keep the ribs closed so you're growing through your ribs. It's like a flower is coming out of your chest and you're looking up. Big inhale. As you exhale, your arms go out behind you. As you come over, you drop your head down. I'm just going to move my water. It's not right in front there. You drop your head down. Let your arms hang as much as feels comfortable. We're going to shrug the shoulders now. So bring the arms back so that they're right over the shoulders, and then you come up and down with your shoulders. So shoulders towards your ears, shoulders away from your ears. Shoulders towards your ears, shoulders away from your ears. And then release. Drop down, drop your head. Walk your hands over to the right leg. Just stretch your hamstring. Big inhale. And big exhale. Walk to the other side. Hands come onto the foot. Take a deep inhale, lengthening your spine. And a big exhale. Walk yourself back to the center. Grab onto the legs and pull your chest through. Big inhale. And big exhale. Walk your hands back out. You're going to turn your toe. So you're going to turn your front toe. And then you're going to turn your back heel so that the toe points in about a 60-degree angle. That's your warrior two. And then you're going to bend your front knee, but your back leg stays straight. So your front toes turned facing out, and you're going to bend the knee. Make sure the knee, again, doesn't pass over the ankle. And then you lift up your body. So here's your warrior two. Deep breath. You're going to inhale, the arms come up. Exhaling back down. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling down. One more time. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling down. Let's reverse the warrior. You flip the palm of the knee that's bent in front of you. And then reach back. Try to release your shoulders and look up. Big inhale. And exhale. Take it back to the center. And your arms come back down. And you're going to walk back to the forward position. And we're going to switch. Do the same thing the other side. So this toe turns out. Completely out, and this toe turns in about 70 degrees, 80 degrees maybe, not very much. And then you're coming up. Make sure that your knee is right over your ankle. Arms are out. Big inhale. They're going to straighten up the front leg. Your arms can go over the head if you want maybe. And exhale back down. Inhaling. This leg stays straight, a little bit turned in. Exhaling. Keep activating your inner thigh butt. That will help. And then hang out here. Flip the front palm. That's the front palm. Look up at the ceiling as you reach up and back. You can take this here or here. Big inhale, big exhale. And take it all the way back to the center. holding here, and then lengthening all the way up. Turn your toes one more time, engage your inner thighs as you come down. You can jump or step your feet to come together. From here, you're going to take your hands to your shins, inhale halfway. Exhale, release. You're going to stretch your hamstrings one more time. Drop your head, take your hands, little clasp here, pull, and then release, bend your knees, roll all the way up, arms come over your head, and exhaling. We're going to just take a full flow. Feel free to do knee, chest, chin, or the chaturanga, the up dog that I taught before. So full flow is the inhaling, arms go over the head. Exhaling, you dive forward. Hands come to your shins, inhaling halfway. Exhaling all the way down. Place your hands down. You walk back into a plank position. You come through this chaturanga or knee, chest, chin, 90 degrees. You shoot straight up, shoulders over, wrist, open the heart. Tuck the toes, bend the knees, and step yourself back into a downward dog. Big exhale. Walk your feet to your hands. And then inhaling, arms come all the way up. Hands come to the heart center. And then from here, we're going to take a little twisting with some breathing. So your hands come to heart center, bend your knees, and you start to go side to side. As you're doing that, you're exhaling through your nose and pulling the navel to the spine. So it goes like this. 10 more. 4. Come to the center, big inhale, coming all the way up. As you exhale, your hands will come to heart center. We'll take a balancing pose. You're going to take your front leg. It's going to cross over your other leg. You make a figure 4. You bend the leg that's on the ground and keep your hands in heart center and take it all the way down. Big inhale. Then as you exhale, you're just going to stand all the way up. Arms come up. Inhale, pull the navel to the spine. And exhale, coming up. One more time, we'll stay low. Inhale. Stay low. Good. And then coming back up, place the foot on the ground. We're going to switch to the other side. So you cross it over. And again, inhaling, arms come to the heart center. Take it down. As you come up, inhaling, arms come up. As you come down, exhaling. As you come up, inhaling. If you start to wobble, no worries. Just come back to the position, exhaling down. And hold right here, hold. For 1 breath. Good. And release. We're going to take it down to the ground right here and finish this yoga off with some abdominals, some yoga abdominals. So you're going to pull your navel in and lift up here. See if you can hold on to your thighs and open up your heart. See if you can hold here. If you want, you can take your arms on either side of you and hold here. If you feel like getting a little bit more straight with the legs, you can do that. Pull the navel in. Keep breathing. And then place the feet down on the ground and roll all the way down into a bridge pose. Bridge pose is lifting your pelvis off the ground. Push your thighs away and open up your heart. This is also a great pose to wake up in the morning. Try to open your heart towards the ceiling by lifting here, squeezing your glutes. Roll slowly down through your spine. And then we're going to roll up and come right back to this abdominals. Pull the navel in, you got it. Take it back down. One more time, we're going to go into bridge pose. Take the feet down. Roll through your spine, so that means you're zipping up your core. Here, squeeze your glutes. You move your thighs away. You tuck your chin. You try to open up through here and lift your hips high. And breathe. Roll it back down. And then one more time. Rolling up and right here. Pull the navel in. And hold. Exhaling. Exhaling. And release. Take your feet together. Sit up nice and tall. Baddha Konasana. I'm going to face you so you can see this. And then just rolling over here. Drop your head. Big inhale. And big exhale. Slowly roll it up. We're going to start getting to some moving, and we'll go into what we're going to do today. So just start to march right here, getting the blood flow going. And if you want to take it into a little jog, you can start just doing a little jog right here. Keep it going. I'm going to explain what we're doing while you're jogging. So jog for about 20 more seconds. What we're going to do is we're going to do some series. We're going to start with 66 seconds, then go down to 55 seconds, then go down to 44 seconds, 33. There's 4 things in this series that you'll do it for that entire 66 seconds. There's only a tiny break in between, and those 4 things, and then there's a big break in between the different increments of seconds. So go and take a moment, pause if you're still jogging, kind of shake it out, and then just take a big inhale up and an exhale. All right, so we're going to get going. So the first thing is 66 seconds. You do these 4 exercises for 66-second increments. You'll hear the beep, so that's going to help you. I've got it set up on the interval timer. The 4 exercises that you're doing are jumping jacks, crunches, I can move this down, wall sit, and arm circle. So if you're not near a wall, have one nearby that you can just go to, or you can listen to the sound of my voice when you go if you can't see the computer or the phone. So you're doing for 66 seconds, starting with jumping jacks. We'll have a 5-second break, crunches. We'll have a 5-second break, wall sit, 5-second break, then arm circles, 5 seconds, and then we'll take a longer break, and we'll move to the next increment. I'll do it with you, so I'll help you through if you're like, what? So we're starting with jumping jacks, and I'm going to give you 5 seconds to go, so go on and stand up. We'll start with jumping jacks. Here we go. In here, listen for the beep. Here we go. And out, out, out. Good. Keep it moving. So remember, low impact. You can step out here if you need to. Make sure you're breathing. Jumping jacks are with straight arms. You got it. Keep breathing and just keep going. This is a long one to start with, but you've got it. Again, if you need to do low impact, you're jumping, you're stepping out like this. Try to still do the arms straight. Make sure you breathe throughout all of it. You've got 25 seconds left of this one. Keep it going. After we finish with the jumping jacks, you're coming right to the ground to do crunches. Make sure you take the crunches slowly. You'll also be calming down the breath. We're almost there. Keep it jumping. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. To the ground crunches. Get ready. It's really short. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Pull the navel to the spine when you come up. Take an exhale. Feel your lower back on the ground as you come up and down. Make sure you're doing this slowly. And the reason why is you don't want to jerk. You want to feel your navel pull in. You want to feel your lower back on the ground. Exhaling and inhaling. Exhale. And inhale. All the way through. If you got to this and you want to speed up faster than me, that's fine. But if your back is hurting in any way, you don't want to do this too fast. You want to just focus on this. Pull the navel in to lift the shoulder blades. That is the basics of the crunch. It's not about how fast you get it. It's about working these abdominals right here. Exhaling and inhaling. Great, we're up to wall sit. Find your wall. Get to the wall. This is a long wall sit, okay? So, some things you want to make sure you're doing. Your knees are over your ankles, 90 degrees. If you can get them there, that's great. It can be a little bit less. Maybe you're in an obtuse angle here. Now, you never want it to be like this. If you look down and your knee is way on the other side of the ankle, like passing it, that's not good for your knee. So, when you bend down, knees in line with ankles or just a little bit back here. Easier to be a little bit more up. The 90 degrees is your ideal. 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. Other thing, make sure you're not leaning forward. Your shoulder blades are on the wall. See if you can even bring your head to the wall. That way you're using your core to sit up straight. Now your lower back might not be on the wall, and that's okay because your spine does a little arch, but you want to try to get your shoulder blades, your head. This is 90 degrees. So really emphasizing that your feet are not back here. That's so important on a wall sit. If you need to come up, come up. All right, we're in the arm circles. That's just arms out, and you're doing tiny circles. Here we go. Whatever way you want to go is fine. You just want to stick with that way. So you could go backwards or forwards. I'm going backwards, but it doesn't matter. It's more about just getting this circular motion with the arms holding for a little bit more than a minute, which is a hard thing to just hold the arms out laterally anyways for that long, and we're just adding this little circle. If you have any rotator cuff that's hurting, that means if this is hurting while you do the circles, just hold. You don't have to do it. Just keep going. Keep breathing. Deep breath. You can do it all the way. You're doing good. Just keep it circling. Don't put the arms down. Try really, really hard to not put the arms down all the way to the end. You're almost there. You've got 10 seconds. Do not, even if they're starting to feel some burn, maybe just take them right here at this like diagonal, but try not to put them down. You can do it. Great, and you're done. So we're going to take a moment to stretch here. You're just going to cross the arm over, take a stretch, big inhale, big exhale. And the other side, you're just going to cross it over, big inhale, big exhale. Good. And we're down to 55 seconds. So 55 seconds is speed skaters, which are their side-to-side jumps, and then we're doing abdominal leg lifts, which is the straight legs. They go down and they come up, and then we're into some lunges. You can go front or back, it's step back or step forward, alternating legs, and then we're into thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up, you push, thumbs down, you push. Thumbs up, you push, thumbs down, you push. Make sure you've got this little push backwards for the arms. All right, so that's your 55 seconds. So we're starting with the speed skaters. Those are the side-to-side jumps. I'll give you five seconds to get into it. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You jump. 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Big push off, right and left, right and left. Low impact step. Step. You're trying to not put the back foot down. No matter if you're jumping or if you're stepping, you're trying to not put the back foot down. So jumping, you pull the navel in. It's about balance. You take just a tiny little twist. Elbow goes across the body. Even if you're low impact, try not to put your back foot down. Big jumps, side to side. You've got this. Keep it breathing. You're almost there. Big, big jump, side to side. All the way to the end, big jump. You want your heart rate to get up. That's the idea of the first one. We're going straight into leg lifts after this is over, to the ground. Legs are up. So down, exhale. Again, take this slow. Your heart rate's up. In, big exhale. So your exhale pulls the navel in and brings the legs back up. The reason the legs come back up is if you exhale and you pull the navel in, that actually is going to shoot the legs up. So it's not about bringing them up with the legs. It's about bringing the legs back up with the core. So even if your legs only go here, not that far out, and you feel this exhale to bring the legs up, that's the idea. Think my legs come back because I pull my navel in so hard, and that makes my back go to the ground. Those are your leg lifts. You're bringing the legs back up with the core. Great. And we're up. You're into lunges. So step back or step forward. I'm going to step back. 1, 2. It's better on the knees normally, but if you wanted to step forward, if you like those better, they look like this. Just again, watch your knees. Make sure they're not passing the ankle. You don't have to go down as far as I go. What's more important is that your front knee is in line with his ankle or it's a little bit less. It's never over it. So never here, never. Always just straight down and straight down. Very important. And drop. You're doing great. Make it all the way to the end. Keep the 90-degree bend. The last thing after this is thumbs up, thumbs down. Good job. You got it. All the way. You can do it. Awesome. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Just like this. We're pushing backwards. You're doing great. Here we go. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Up, down. Up. That's it. 1, 2. 1, 2. Keep it breathing. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All the way. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Rotate, rotate. Up, down. Whew. Yeah, don't put the arms down. Even if you start to feel it gets tired or maybe your neck is starting to crink up, take your arms lower. So here's what you're doing modification. If you're starting to get crinky in your neck, if your arms are burning, just keep going. You've only got 10 seconds. You can do it. Almost all the way there. Back, great, and you are done. Take a moment, stretch your arms again. Roll one arm over. Maybe you want to stretch your legs this time. A little bit of a quad stretch here. Great idea too. Make sure you do both sides. We're moving into the 44 seconds. So 44 seconds, we're going to start with high knees. So that's a long time to do high knees, but y'all can do it. And then we go into a plank. You're going to hold plank for 44 seconds. Long time, but you can do it. 44 seconds for bridges. Those are the bridges, the glute bridges. You're on the ground. They don't look like the yoga bridge. You just lift the pelvis a little bit. Not as much as we did in yoga. And then overhead press. If you have light weights, grab them. You can use it, but you don't need them because you're doing this quickly. Up, up, up. That's your overhead press. And the reason it's fast is that you don't have weights, one. So when you don't have weights and you want to do more of a resistance training, a one work, release, because there isn't a lot of strength power when you don't have weights to lift. So that's what we're doing for the 44 seconds. So let's begin with doing the high knees. And I'm just showing, this is another way to do a workout, is to do this like countdown with seconds if you wanted to. So I just wanted to throw this one in today to give you more choices of ways to put workouts together with stuff that you already know. All right, here we go. So we're going to high knees first. This is the 44 seconds. You've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and here we go. So running, jogging up, you can pump your arms. Sometimes that helps. Low intensity, you're marching. You can always march for a bit and go up for a bit. You can also slap your hands. That way you know, to do this 90 degrees, that you're going all the way to the hands. Or you can pump the arms just like this. I tend to like to pump. It helps me. It's also the best way to do sprinting, is to pump the arms like this. You've got 20 seconds left, so you're almost already there. Maybe even if you want to take it a little bit faster, you could do this last 10 seconds a little bit faster. Marching it out if you're in marching. Whew. Let's go. You can do it. Good. And we're into plank. Your choice what plank you want to do. Go. This is your time to breathe. Breathe. So, remember that your shoulders are over your wrists. If you wanted to come down to forearms, that's great. Your shoulders are over your elbows. If you don't want to be through forearms and you don't want to be on your palms, do your fist. You can do that. You're still pressing and breathing. Abs are pulled down and come back to palms. Straight head and toe. Almost there. You got it. 5 seconds. We're into bridges after this. Great. So all you have to do is lay down. So just flip around, place the feet down. Here we go. So just little up and down. You squeeze your glutes, and you come back down. Your glutes right here where you connect to your hamstring, and down, up. You want to get this squeeze in, so hold, release, hold, release, squeeze, release, up and down, looking good, up, down, up. Keep it breathing. Whoo, yeah. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the glutes. All the way to the end. Right after this is overhead press. Deep breath. Good. So let's stand it up, and we're going into overhead press. Right here. Up, up, up. That's all you're doing. Up, down, up, down. Arms are straight down. Arms are straight down. You can even go faster than me. Push, 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 push. Make sure your abs are engaged and you're just up, 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 up. Take it even faster and smaller if you want to do little pulses. 1, 1, 1, 1. All of those work. All the way to the end. Try to relax your shoulders though, so that you're not lifting with the shoulders, you're lifting with your bicep. Keep it breathing. Just a little up and down, up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and take a breather. And we'll move into 33 seconds. Roll out your wrists if you need to, because we did some wrist rest stuff on plank, and we're coming into the tricep dips on this one. So 33 seconds, we're going to repeat jumping jack. We're going to go into Russian twist, inner thigh squat. This is a new one. I've never done this with you. So you're here. Your toes go a little bit out. So a lot of times you squat, your toes are in. This one, your toes go out. So notice how my toes are out. Your knees still go over your ankles. It's a nice wide stance so that you can come down and just up in 2 or 3 inches and back down. So notice that I don't go up all the way. Watch how my knees, when I bend, they're in line with my ankles. So none of this. Here will be too much pressure going over the ankle. So you just have down and up, down and up, down and up, just like that. That's an inner thigh squat. And then we're going to do tricep dips. This is all for 33 seconds. So grab some water if you need it. And I will get us into it. All right. Here we go. So we're going to lead off with 5 seconds in. We're starting with jumping jack. So 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Go up, up. You got it. All the way to the end. You can do it. Keep the heart rate up. Awesome, we're into Russian twist. So that means you sit down. Remember our Russian twist, right, left, right, left, right, left. If you want to make it harder, you can lift up the legs. And then they go a little bit to the side as you go to the side. This is the advanced Russian twist. But feel free to stay with this one, where you lean back, just like you're a roller coaster and you're twisting side to side. Feel free to stay with this one, especially feet on the ground if it's starting to get into your back. Keep it breathing all the way. Great. We're into the inner thigh squat, the one I showed you. Toes out. Get it up there. Down, up, down, up. Maybe you can take your arms over the head or maybe out. A little extra arm workout. If it's too much for the arms, if you're feeling it in your neck, take your hands to your hips. Just down, up, down, up. Maybe you can take it fast. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You got it. Drop. Push into the ball of the foot. Push into the heel. Drop, drop, drop. You're almost there. You're going to work these inner thighs. That's the idea. Drop, drop. We're into tricep dips after this. Great. Take it down. Tricep dips right here. Fingertips face your butt. So fingertips face your butt. So make sure, look down. So my fingertips facing this way. They're facing my shoes. Make sure they're not turned the other way. Your elbows bend, and that's what takes you up and down. Notice the reason my pelvis goes up and down is because my elbows bend. So not just pelvis, elbows. You can do this with your bottom on the ground. It's totally okay. You're still bending and straightening the elbows. That's a tricep dip. Good job. Nice, all the way. Great. Take a breather. That was a fast one. And we're just into the last one. Woohoo! Which is 22 seconds. We're not going to do 11 because it goes a little too fast. So 22 seconds is some of the harder stuff because it's just smaller. We're going to do star jumps. Star jumps is a plyometric. Plyometric is a power. Power is burst of energy. A star jump, your feet are about separated, about hip width distance. You bend your knees, you come down, you jump up, you make a star. Oop, let me get back a little bit further. Jump up, make a star. Come back down. That's a star jump. We'll do those for 22 seconds. Modification is to down, step out. Down, step out. You still want that power to the step. That's your modification. The next one is the bicycle abs. You know those. You're on the ground. Next one is a bridge hold. You just come to the bridge, you squeeze your glutes, you hold it for 22 seconds. And the last one are push-ups. Just 22 seconds, you can do it, of push-ups. And that will be our last countdown for the day for this one. So nice and simple. We're going to start with star jumps. And I'll give you 5 seconds to go in. So here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Big jump. Drop. Big jump. Down. You got it. Again, modification is to get down low and then step out. You're still getting down low. Watch how low I get to jump. Make sure you're getting low. Jump out. Or you can step. Right? Get down low. You're almost there. Good. Bicycle on the ground. You know bicycle abs. Legs are up. Feet behind you. And you just 1, 2, 3, nice and slow. 4. You can go faster than me as long as it's not hurting your back. Modification, you can do this, or you can do this. All the way. Exhale. You got it. Bridge hold, nice and simple. You're right here. All you have to do is just lift up and hold. Squeeze. Keep squeezing. Keep breathing. Relax the shoulders. Push into your feet. Keep just squeezing. It's not full yoga bridge, so you don't open your chest here, but you are working the glutes right here. So just squeeze and hold. And hold. You got it. Last thing is push-ups. You can do it. Great. So you're just going to turn it over. You're into push-ups. Feel free to leave your knees down if you need to. You take your chest in between your thumbs and you lift right back up. Chest in between your thumbs. Exhale back up. Full push-up. Your toes are tucked. Exhale back up. Feel free to keep the knees down. Exhale back up. Even if you just bend a little bit, do it. Just a tiny bit to get into the pecs. Down and up. You can do it. Sit back into your child's pose and take a moment and breathe. Just drop your head. Take a deep breath. Take a big exhale. Woo. Again, deep inhale. And big exhale. And roll it up. So we finished that series. We're going to do a little bit more stretching and then finish with some last exercises today. So let's do some seated stretching at the moment. Go on, just take your feet out in front of you. Just like this, we're going to do a twist. Grab on to your left or right foot with the opposite arm and reach that arm out. You can always rainbow it. That generally helps me get that twist. You can bend the knee, it's okay. You're working a lot this twist here. And breathing. A little bit more static stretch now that we're warmed up. Good, we're going to take it to the other side. So whatever side you didn't do, feel free to rainbow the arm. That always helps me. You can work on opening the chest, breathing. Deep breath. Big stretch. Twisting stretch. Great, we're going to do a straddle stretch. So you open the legs as wide as feels comfortable to you. Doesn't matter how wide it is. You walk your hands towards the center. You don't have to be very far. This might be as far as you go. It's fine. You want to try and keep your head and tailbone in a straight line. So you're trying not to curl the spine. So see how my head and tailbone are a straight line? So try not to be here. Even if you're just sitting up straight, I prefer this little tilt than for you to be here with your spine. If you feel like you have further to go, you still want to walk that your spine is straight. And that's really important for your hips and when you're stretching for your back. So just breathing here. You don't have to go very far. For me, for the stretch to be effective, it's actually more important that your head and your tailbone are in a straight line than how far you go. And breathe. You're just trying to relax your hamstrings. You don't have to get a humongous feeling. It's just more about keeping your chest open as you're allowing your hip flexors and your hamstrings to relax. In this straddle position. Breathing. Great. We're going to take it in, and last thing, we're just going to roll the head around. One way. We're going to roll the head around. The other way. Bring it up and just roll your shoulders up and back. Good. And roll them the other way, up and around. Awesome. Good. So we're going to go into a little bit of a toning, and we're going to do some oblique stuff, and then we'll do some back stuff. So let's work your obliques. We're going to lay on the ground and do a crunch sit-up for your obliques. So the crunch sit-up for your obliques, you're here, you're sitting up, you're going to take your left hand behind your head, and your right arm is up to the ceiling. This is a new one. You're going to come up, and you go to touch, reaching right here, and you come back down. So this is an up, you reach, and you twist, and you come back down. Notice that I come up off the ground first, then I reach and I twist. So you can do that, or you can do it on the wall. So on the wall, you place your feet, they're 90 degrees, your hand is behind your head, and it's the exact same thing. Up, twist, right back down. So we're going to do 20 of them. I'm going to do the first 20 on the wall, do the second 20 on the ground, wherever you're at. Here we go. So you have 1 and down, 2. Head is heavy. Keep your gaze at the ceiling. Don't nod your chin. 3. You want to do this slowly. 4. Big exhale. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. We're going to 20. You can do it. It's a lot, I know. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. And take a moment to breathe. You're doing great. We're going to switch to the other side. I'm going to do it on the floor. Just for those of y'all doing it on the floor, so you can see it, we'll have a little visual on the floor. Here we go. Arm is up. First you come up, then you twist. Then you go back, shoulder blades are even, and you come back down. So it's 20. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're doing good. 6. 7. Looks awesome. 8. 9. Big exhale, twist. 10. 11. 12. 13. So close. Keep breathing. Make sure you're twisting right here. 14. This arm is reaching. 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, almost there, and 20. Great. Lay down. Just take a moment to breathe. You can take your arms out. You're going to put your knees together and walk your feet out. This is a great relaxer for lower back. And it's a good thing to do sometimes after abs. It's a new thing. Haven't taught y'all that yet. It relaxes your hip flexors too. So just release here for a moment. Take a deep breath in. And a big exhale. Good. Go and roll it up. I'm going to teach you a fly exercise. It's called fly. It's called reverse fly, and you don't have to do it with weights. We're going to do enough of them that you don't need to, and you do it standing. So this actually also works the back and your posterior delts. So let's take it up to a standing position. Little bend in your knees, and you hinge. Your arms go out to the side just like this. Just as if you're flying, you can have a slight bend, that's fine. You're going to go up an inch and down an inch, up and down, up and down, just like that. We're going to do it for 30 seconds. That's it, just 1, 1, 1, run. Remember the resistance training, 1, 1, 1, 1, and we'll do it for 30 seconds. Up, down, up, down. It's meant to burn out, work the back of the arms. So here we go. Go and get into the position, bending over, arms are out, just like this. Abs are engaged, you're here. And we'll go for 30, and go. So up, down, up, down. Head's dropped once you see what I'm doing, so you really want to be facing the ground with the head. Up, down. Because if you look out, it can actually hurt your neck, so keep your head facing the ground. If you need to lift your eyes for a moment just to see, that's fine. Try not to crank your shoulder blades at all. Just up, down, up, down, up, down. Good. Keep it going for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1, and release. Just take a moment to stretch your neck. Sometimes that can get into the neck. Deep breath. We're going to do it one more time. You've got it. Same thing. One more time. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right here. You have up, down, up, down. You got it. Keep it breathing. You can do it. Up, just tiny bit. Once you're seeing me, keep your head down. You're just going up, down. This is a way to do it without weights, which is the little way. If you had light weights, you could. You might not want to do it for the whole 30 seconds. If you want to go a little bit faster, go for it. You have 10 more seconds left. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's stretch that. So just take it across your body. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. Other side, across the body. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. And release. Great. We're going to take it down to the ground and finish off with some glute stuff like I do a lot. And I'm going to teach you all some sort of new glute exercises that you can do at home. So these are a little bit more advanced. I'm going to go ahead and lay all the way down in line with my mat, and my hips are over each other. Remember that your head and your tailbone are in a straight line, so you don't want yourself to be here, head and tailbone in a straight line. This is an internal rotation. Now here's where the funky part comes. See how my feet are together, my knees are bent slightly, but they're on the ground. Now I'm going to lift up this leg and point this toe to the ceiling. There's your funky, like, internal rotation. From here, you lift up and you go to this clamshell. Remember the clamshell we did before? So the clamshell is this. So this is your clamshell, but instead of going back down with the knee, you're going to internally rotate it. So this is an advanced one. So just try to get your foot to go up to the ceiling. Might not look like mine. And then open, your knee goes to the ceiling. And your feet come together. So knee goes up, feet together, knee goes up. Foot goes up, feet together, knee goes up. In and open. This is an internal rotation of your leg to the external rotation of your leg. In and open. We're going to do it for 30 seconds. So once you kind of get this position, and let's get going. Here we go. In, open, internal, external. Watch your hips. Make sure they don't move. Internal, external, internal, external. You got it. In, open, all the way to the 30 seconds. You can do it. Open, in, 10 seconds. Supposed to burn. Keep it going all the way to the end. Really get this internal, external, and you're done. We're going to finish with 30 seconds of the regular clamshell. You can lift up your feet. You can come here to your shoulder over your elbow. That's a harder position. Your feet are in line with your butt. If it's too much on your shoulder, you need to lie down. You can still keep your feet up, or you can lower your feet down. Bend your knees in front of you. That's going to make it easier on your knee. So remember, clamshells are just open and close. If you have a band, please put it on. Here we go. Up and down. up and down. Hips are stacked, up and down. Feet stay together, more advanced, feet are up and down, up. That's it. Just 1 inch up, or just 1 count up, 1 count down, 1 count up, 1 count down, up. Don't let your hips go back. Keep your hand here. Watch your top hip. Make sure it's over your bottom hip. Make sure you're engaging in your core, so your top hip's not coming up towards your ear. Here we go, and you're done. Great. And we're going to switch to the other side. So I know it's sort of new funky. We're going to stretch really well after this, like end with sort of a yoga-ish cool down. Like we started with a yoga-ish warm-up. Okay, so you're going to lay all the way down, again, just like this. And again, you have this internal rotation right here. So just take a moment, get it in this leg. And also make sure that your head and your tailbone are in a straight line right here. So here we go. Leg is up, and let's go. Internal to external, internal to external. Foot up, knee up. Keep the hip from moving. In, open, you can do it. Relax the shoulder. Really get the internal. That internal is feeling that pull in is what's working your glute right here. Open, in, open. You got it. All the way to the end. Great. And we're going straight into your clamshells. Remember, lift the feet up if you want to. Hips are stacked. And if you want to be up here, you can keep your core engaged and your chest open. I'll show you a little bit up here. So if you're up, it's a little bit harder. And what's harder is when you come up onto your elbow is to keep the hip stacked, which is one reason why I don't suggest doing it unless you feel like you can really keep this hip in one place and you can keep the feet up. But this is harder. So if you say, oh, I don't feel it laying down, you can try it here. Notice how my shoulder stays away from my ear. If you're letting it come to your ear, you're getting too cranky there. You're almost there. Keep it up. You can do it all the way to the end, up and down. And here's your last one. Whew, good. And you are done. So let's take a little bit of a stretch in your pigeon pose. So this is a little bit of a yoga review day. You're going to take your foot over like this. So if you remember pigeon pose, your foot is over like this, and your shin is on the ground. Now, it doesn't have to be in a 90-degree angle. It can be a little bit further back this way, but you want to try. I'm going to come back to my mat so you can see. You want to try and square your hips off. So as you toe, knee the other leg backwards, you want to try and keep your hips squared off, even if this leg doesn't come all the way to the ground. Before you come down, you think of lengthening your spine so that your head and tailbone lengthen. There's a deep lengthening from the tailbone to the head, and then you're going to walk your hands over your shin. Once you're here, you can drop your head down. You can make a little cradle for it with your arms or just drop it to the ground. You can feel free to take your shoes off during this because we're just stretching, warming down. So if you're like, ooh, my shoe's getting in the way, just take it off and drop your head down and breathe. Listen to your breath as you inhale and you exhale. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And walk yourself to come back up. And we're going to switch to the other side. So just coming to the other side is the same thing. I'm going to take my shoe off the other side. And it's, again, your shin comes to the ground. Try to line up right here, your elbow with your knee. And the reason for that is that when you come back, you want to make sure that you're walking over your shin. So I'm going to show you this way. See how I'm walking my body over my shin. You never want you to walk your body over your knee. So sometimes the tendency is to put the knee in the middle and come here. That's too much on your hip flexor. So see how my knee's in line with my hip, and then I walk my body over my shin. So that's how you want to do it. And your back leg is out. And then you can drop your head here, or coming out and dropping it all the way to the ground. Deep breath. Big inhale, big exhale. And one more breath. And go ahead and just walk yourself to come right back up. And we'll roll it around. We're going to take some finishing yoga stretches. on the ground here that are really good for if you've been sitting. So you're going to take your left or right leg out and bring your other foot in right here. If you want to get a little bit even extra stretched in that in your hip flexor, you're going to turn your leg around and put it down like this. Now if you're feeling a cramp in your foot or if you're feeling pain in your knee, this is not the good position for you. And you can just put it back to here, which is totally fine. I do it that way a lot. The same leg that's extended, this leg here, where I'm wiggling my toes, is the arm that's going to go out. So I've got my right leg extended, and your palm faces up, your shin comes to, your forearm comes to your shin, and you push, and that's going to twist you. Even that twist already starts to stretch through here. So if that's enough for you, that's great. Adding the arm here, reaching over the head, but relaxing the shoulder blade. Notice how there's space here. So if you're too high up, there wouldn't be space. So keeping your space when you lift the arm up. Push into your shin and twist open. Deep breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And just breathe. One more. You want to push into your shin, open up your heart, breathe. And exhale. Release your arm first. That gives your neck this extra time to kind of hang. And then as you come up, don't lift the head first. Lift your chest first. Then slowly, once you're stacked, then let your head come up. That's a slow way of coming out of that. It's great. Let's do the other side. So here, again, maybe you want to put the foot here. Maybe one side it was easier to do this than the other side. So maybe you want to do it on this side. I'm going to go on and just do it so you can see how it looks differently. You're going to push here into your shin and you open up right here. Still keeping your sit bones on the ground. So that's the most important thing. And it's very slight. Lifting your sit bone up, you won't feel it in contact with the ground. The moment you push the sit bone down, you're going to feel the stretch right back here. And then if you want that extra stretch, take your arm over and look up. You inhale, you lengthen. And your exhale is where you do a little bit more of the heart opening. So you want your heart to think that it's going up towards the ceiling and that this arm is nice and relaxed over here. If the arm's too much, you can just leave it down on the ground right in front of you and work, or maybe push into your leg and work this twist. Keep rooting down through your sit bones. That's the hardest part of this, is to keep both your sit bones on the ground as you're twisting and breathing. Big inhale. And big exhale. And then if your arm's over your head, you're just going to drop your arm, but leave your head, let it hang for a moment. Your arm's hanging on the other side. And then as you come up, think about your head comes up last. So first comes up your waist, then comes up your ribs, and then comes up your head. Let's lay on the ground. We're going to finish up here. So lay yourself all the way down onto the ground. Pull your knees into your chest. Just take a moment. We're going to cross your figure 4 right here. So see how I just crossed this over here? I made a figure 4, and I put my foot on the ground. You're going to take your hand, you're going to press. Turn a little bit this way so you can see. You're going to press your hands into your hips and just breathe for a moment. By pressing your hands into your hips, it gives your lower back a little bit of a stretch. Then you're going to lift up if you can and hold on to this thigh. If that's possible, then that you can also loop underneath here and hold on to both thighs. If it's not possible for you to keep the head on the ground and lift up with both your hands, just lift up with one, and you can keep this other arm on the ground, or use this other arm to give a little push into the thigh. But if you can grab with both your legs, you can grab with both your legs and use your elbow to give a little push into the thigh. Deep breath. You want to keep your head on the ground through this. Release. Let's switch to the other side. So again, you cross here. Take your hands first to your shins. To your thighs. Give a little push away. It's going to stretch your hip flexors, and it stretches the lower back. Reach behind the leg here. Again, if you can't reach both hands like this, that's fine. Just reach one arm. You can use your other hand maybe to push, or maybe you need it out here for some balance, because you want to try and keep your head on the ground. So try not to lift your head when you're doing this. So either push, or you can take both hands here behind the thigh or the shin and push a little bit the elbow into the other leg. And breathe. deep breath in. And big exhale. And release. The last one I'm going to teach you. Just go on and roll over, come to the side. The fish pose, the last one we're going to do. Not necessarily teach you. Fish pose, and then we'll take a moment to lay on the ground, have our Indian in Shavasana. So you're going to take your elbows back down like this behind you. It's like if you're hanging out at the beach and you saw like something in the water. But you're going to try and take your hands now underneath your sacrum, your tailbone, and if you were to put your hands down, you would scoot up a little bit here. Your elbows are still underneath you. You're trying to get them underneath your shoulders a little bit further. From there, you're going to puff up your chest and look up and back. Possibly you can scooch all the way, so you end up scooching a little bit more till your head comes towards the ground. Keep breathing. I'm just going to show you some modifications. You might not be able to go that far back. You're still pushing your elbows in and puffing your chest up. So this is push and puff. You have to push your elbows in, because if not, you'll sink down, what we tend to do when we're like sitting here watching. But see if you can push and puff so your shoulders roll back, and then you look up. Open your throat and breathe. When you're done, you tuck your chin in first, and you lay all the way down. Close your eyes. We're going to end with the Shavasana. Shavasana it can be 2 to 5 minutes just laying. We're just going to do a quick 2-minute laying. But if you're like, ooh, I want to do more, just lay through the timing of this video. So here we go. And go and lay down right here. You're going to try and clear your mind, clear your thoughts. So you're going to try and relax. Do your tailbones or your hips. Feel your inhale of your breath. And your exhale. Just listen to the inhale and exhale. Sometimes I say inhale when I'm inhaling and exhale when I'm exhaling so that I can clear the brain. Try not to focus on thoughts. Possibly you can hear the birds in the background. Listen to the birds. Listen to your breath. And begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, waking your body up. We're reaching the arms up over the head. It's a good way to breathe. Inhale in. Big stretch and exhale. Feel free to stay there for a little bit longer if you want to. Thank you so much. Hope everyone is well, and thank you for my part yoga, part fitness Foundations today. Namaste.